welcome back to the second hour of the Conscious Resistance. My name is Derek Rose. This is Orion Talk Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm proud to bring to the show Dominic, who is doing great things out there and trying to make change, specifically with genetically modified food. So we're going to see if we can get Dominic on here. Yeah, welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking some time to talk, man.
Oh, no, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so let's. I was just giving you a little bit of intro and letting everybody know how I'm stoked to find other people not only in the city but just around the world who are building networks and who care about issues. And so let's get into it. You are the main organizer, the main man when it comes to March Against Monsanto. Tell everybody a little bit about how you got involved with this and what exactly March Against Monsanto is.
Well, I was looking to find out if or when there was going to be a march in Houston. So I contacted Tammy Canal, the organizer, and this is her baby, actually, out in California, and she informed me that there was currently no Houston March. So she got back with me the next day and asked me if I would be interested in organizing the march, so I told her, sure. And that was back in the beginning of April, so we're actually probably about 2-3 months behind the rest of most of the world and the United States as far as the march goes. However, the motion that has taken place and all of the initiative by other people have really started the ball rolling in a very, very positive manner. We are getting a lot of good feedback and a lot of support from a lot of different people, including, the Houston Free Thinkers and so forth. The March Against Monsanto is basically trifold. It is, first one is to educate, make people aware of what GMOs and what GEOs are. The second thing it's doing is telling the government to stop poisoning us, because 80% of the food that is currently in your supermarkets is GMOs, is poison. The third thing is we want to expose the connection between cronyism and our government, between big business and our government. So that people can open their eyes and see that this is just one of, other big schemes that our government has their hands in that shouldn't have their hands in the pockets of big business. So that's basically what the march is about. We want to have clean and safe and healthy food for human beings, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. Our march currently now has 42 countries, all the states, and I think over 250, 260 cities, something like that, are now included in the march.
Yeah, it's been growing. It's been growing, daily, huh?
Yeah, daily. We probably, on our event page, it seems to be growing about 100 people joining the march daily. But after getting feedback and talking to people, it's going to be more than that. There's going to be, well, right now we have about 1,100 people, a little over 1,100 people, almost 1,200 actually, that have joined. And so we expect a huge turnout, which is great, because what I want people to understand is the more people we have, the more people we can educate. On top of that, when Washington sees how many people showed up in the fourth largest city in America, we all represent to them dollar signs. So the more people we have, the more dollars we represent, the more they're going to listen. If we only have a couple of hundred people out there, the passers-by will see us. But if we have thousands and thousands of people out there, 10, 11, 12,000 people out there marching for one reason, one cause, in solidarity, in unity, the people united will never be defeated, man. They'll have no choice but to hear us. They'll have no choice but to make a change, because we are all going to be informed, and we're all going to make each other informed, and we're just going to stop buying this stuff. And then when we stop buying the cold turkey, and then we vote everyone who didn't do anything out of office, then there's change that we can believe in.
And so I guess that's the whole point of this global movement, is we're seeing, and we got about a minute here before we cut to break, but we're going to get into some more after the break. But what we're seeing is Monsanto take, charge in some sense of the United States government and make cracks in the European Union where the technology is starting to creep in. So this is time for you guys out there, the listeners. If you're tuning in, if you're not listening from Houston, wherever you're at, find a local action, start a local action, because we're going to get into a little bit deeper here in a second after the break on what exactly Monsanto is responsible for. I want you to go into, we've talked about this before, Dominic. I want you to go a little deeper with where Monsanto comes from, some of the products that they're responsible for, because a lot of people know Monsanto for Roundup, and Monsanto, they're that seed company, right? They sell GMO seeds, but there's a history to this company and to what they're doing. So I think it's about time for this. It's time for the people to sit together on this issue.
It's a lot more sinister than seeds. A lot more.
Let's continue this conversation before I let you go for the day. I know you got some stuff to tend to, and we both got more events. We got to keep spreading this word about this march against Monsanto. We've both been working hard to get the word out.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you too, brother.
Yeah, definitely. You've stepped up, and I was saying before you came on the show that it's always good to meet other individuals who are working hard, because it's not like I believe I'm the only person, but out there, and I think we both understand that sometimes you feel like, damn, am I the only one out here doing
Yeah, yeah, you do. But I'm fortunate, man. I have an awesome right hand, a young lady that I met just by accepting the march and doing the march. Her name is Susie Hernandez. And, man, Susie is amazing. She's a little bitty thing, but, man, if to watch her work, man, you would think she was 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. I mean, she is an amazing, massive entity in and of herself. She's just a wonderful human being, man. I love her to death. So, yeah, I've got a little help, a lot of help.
Yeah, Susie's been great. We've been getting lots of help in this area. So we were talking before about the date is May 25th, this coming Saturday. So what exactly is the plan that everybody's put together for?
Okay. So what it is, it's going to be, again, this Saturday coming up, May 25th at 1 p.m. We're going to start the march. So we're asking everybody to get there a little early, get your parking and all that stuff together. And wear a red shirt and be peaceful. And we're going to march down Post Stove and then back to Westheimer, then down Westheimer, then cut across, and, between Post Oak and Westheimer. And basically protesting, peacefully protesting, and hold up our signs to let not just the passers-by, but local news and everyone else, that we are against poison in our food. And then afterwards, we're going to hang around, and we're going to hand out. We're going to put out some information. We're going to put out some information flyers, and anywhere from 12 to 16 corners, we're going to hand out information to people. Just free information, just educating and informing them. We don't want anything. We're not trying to solicit anything. We're not trying to take anything. We don't need donations. We don't want donations at that point, because if we did, I think we'd have to get a city permit at that point. So we just want to hand out information and keep people aware of what's going on, and hand them out flyers, so, websites and things like that they can go to find alternative food sources.
And that's here is that we need the solutions, because for one, as we found out, a lot of people don't know what GMOs or genetically engineered technology is in the first place. Most of the audience listening today won't go too deep into that. But so we tell people, look, there's companies like Monsanto, Syngenta, and others who are making this technology, and it's a threat to your food supply, and people are all with you, and then they're like, so what do I do? How do I escape this? How can I fix this? And so that's why I like the idea of passing out information about local farmers markets, local organic gardens or community gardens, places that people can get involved and take it into their own hands.
Yes. So you have places like the Last Organic Outpost, and I just met some guys from Roots and Bistro on Montrose. And they were telling me about a community garden. We're going to post their information on our Facebook event page also, where you can. We also have the Houstonians Against GMOs. So a lot of that information is going to be there. Not only do we have and are adding to organic farmers markets, because just because you're a farmers market doesn't mean that your food is organic there either. So we're going to have viable farmers markets that have been verified, And also people like you, Derek, who go and help people set up their own gardens. We're going to have that. We're going to have health and wellness places where you can go and get, checked out. I mean, we're just going to get plugged in across the board on this Houstonians Against GMOs. We'll have tips for finding foods when you go to your grocery store that have no GMOs in it. We're also going to have boycott lists or lists that have with foods that have GMOs in them. Tips to look if you see a food product and it's not on either of the lists. Well, we'll have ways and tips for you to figure out if it is organic or if it could have GMOs in it. So even if the labeling doesn't happen immediately, even if the ban doesn't happen immediately, you can be informed, the public can be informed and educated about doing these things on their own to where they don't have to depend on anyone else. They'll be self-sufficient, which is even better.
Awesome, and that's what we need. That's what we need. We need people to be self-sufficient to get out of this system as far as I believe. Because, we've talked about this. Obviously, if we could get, if there's a ban that was on this technology or even a moratorium so we could have more time to study it, then people could make a more educated decision. But at the current point, it's being forced on us with little to no education, with little to no public research available, and that's obviously a dangerous situation. But the most empowering solution that drives people to get up and to plant seeds or to invest in their time, their money, and energy into businesses that will help them get gardens going or to farmers markets. Usually, as most of us know, localized is where it works. If we can keep it close to home, we can work on solutions to empower each other, and then, we can really work towards saving the world, because that's the thing about it, is that the proponents of genetically engineered technology say that they're trying to use this to save the world, to save starving kids in Africa. But as many studies have shown, that there's not even any nutritional value in this food, so there's no need for us to.
It's water. And you also have to think, and what I try to get people to do, I said, what I tell people all the time is, when you eat locally grown food, it's obviously fresh, and it doesn't need additives or preservatives to keep it fresh while it's being transported from another state in a refrigerated truck or a hot truck or wherever, however they're going to transport it. You are getting food that you can eat that's only a few days old, if that. I mean, few days, and when I mean few days old, I mean a few days that was just picked. So it's as fresh as you can get it unless you pick it yourself, which is, also just as good. So we want to promote people buying food that's grown in their areas.
Exactly. We want to keep it local. Well, that's about all the time we've got for right now, Dominic. Please give everybody one more time, let them know where they can find out more information about our actions this Saturday.
Please go to our Facebook page, H-Town MAM. That's March Against Monsanto. H-Town March Against Monsanto. Everything is on our Facebook page, or you can go to Houstonians Against GMOs, and that is a Facebook group. And there you can find everything you need. You can look me up on Facebook, Dominic Hawkins Jr. I have the red Monsanto basket. That's my icon. And you can inbox me there or hit me there, and we'll definitely get back to you ASAP. And let's unite in solidarity and, take back our society. It's our society. It's our world. We are the people. This is who the world is for, us. Not for a select few, but for all of us.
Thank you very much, Dominic. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Derek. I appreciate you having me. I'm privileged and honored. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
All right, man. God bless.